Hey guys, this is Mario Sauceda, also known as RPG Fan 2005, all over the internet. I'm also the current president of the Las Cruces Game Nights. I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit of who we are and stuff like that. I know that I haven't been able to meet every single one of you, and I wanted to take this time to explain who we are and what we're doing and what we've done so far, and hopefully bring you guys up to date a little bit, and also people who have been with us for a while that may not have known our history because we've been going for so long. So hopefully this is a little bit interesting. But the Las Cruces Game Night started 7 years ago. We became an organization, a student organization, in 2009, around October or August, October, around October of 2009, because school had already started. Um, and then the 2015 2016 year, it's going to be, once it's done in May of 2016, it's going to be our seventh year as an organization, um, as a group, as a club. So after a while, after being a student organization, we moved on and we became a city organization. So now we're a citywide, Las Cruces Game Nights, instead of just being a student club. Um, my first game that I ever played, a little bit about me, if you guys wanted to get to know me a little bit better, first game I ever played was Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I love that game, with the Hadoukens and the whirlwind kicks. I mean, that was my game. And that was my first game ever. And I always notice, having a player two nearby you, seeing who's the best, duking it out. I think that was pretty awesome, and that got me into video games. I mean, after that, I moved on to Mega Man X. I mean, the rest is history. I mean, played Mega Man, Sonic, Mario games, and I just love it. I love video games all around. Hence why I have the Street Fighter 2 shirt. I love it. It's my first game ever. So my gamer tag RPG fan 2005. Yeah, I'm known like that everywhere on Twitter, on YouTube. RPG fan 2005, just because RPGs are my favorite genre of video games. Fallout, Skyrim, Final Fantasies. I mean, I've played them all. Well, not all of them, of course, but Super Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound. I just love RPGs. Those are my favorite genre. I mean, second would be fighting games, like Street Fighter. That's my second favorite genre. But RPG fan, because I'm an RPG fan. Some people would say it's a rocket propelled grenade. I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way, yeah, it's going to come at you and you're not even going to see it coming. Nah, I'm just joking. But my favorite movie of all time is The Matrix. The Matrix is my favorite movie. So it's kind of like geeky, nerdy. Computer hacking. Being stuck inside a matrix. Kind of like playing a virtual game, virtual reality. Like it's my favorite movie. I started game nights. To be honest, I was a freshman in high school when I was president of my high school gamers club. There was already a gamers club, but it wasn't really established. Um, I'm the one who, structured it, made it a club, and got recognized by the school instead of just a bunch of high school kids hanging out after school. So I became the president when I was a freshman. And after I graduated, I was like, what happens now? I go to college, I figured, there's already going to be a video game a club available, but there wasn't. So I was like, hey, I've been doing it for 4 years already. Why not? So, not including my years in high school, it's our seventh year as Las Cruces Game Nights. But in total, I've been doing it for over 10 years, almost 11 years, being the president of a video game organization. So the reason why I started it was because, like I mentioned, when I play Street Fighter, it's better to have a player too. It's better to have someone there with you, playing with you, enjoying the same games that you like. Um, I noticed that a lot of gamers, with the Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, a lot of people were playing online and not being face to face. So when I created game nights and my high school club for that matter, it was to bring people together, and to, like, play locally and talk to other people. Break that stigma that people have about gamers being antisocial and living in your parents' basement. So that's pretty much why why I started the organization. And I think it helps out a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's been ever in the 7 years. I mean, relationships have been started with boyfriend, girlfriend, best friends have been started. Long-lasting friendships for myself. I met some amazing people like Richard and Alan, and so many people that I met as I played. Phil and Fabian. They're really good friends up to me right now, and without game nights, I wouldn't have found my wife. I owe my wife to game nights. So it's to bring people together um, about video games and share the passion and be passionate about what you play and share that. So we want to break that stigma and get people together, and that's pretty much it. We became a nonprofit organization, so we're not just a bunch of college students or high school kids playing video games. We actually do stuff for the community, like we've done our feeding frenzy of fries, and with McDonald's, when they do their Monopoly, we buy a bunch of fries and we donate them to the local food shelter and the homeless shelter. They're a gospel rescue mission on Loman. We give the food to them, and it gives them something to eat for the day. I mean, even though it's not a huge help, I mean, it helps out at least for that one day. We helped out at Arbors of Del Rey, the senior center for Alzheimer's. We played video games with them. They had a blast. We played bingo and Connect and Wii games. We also had a back to school community carnival with Converges, where we set up Rock Band, and I had my face as Optimus Prime from Transformers, and we were giving out school supplies to the kids. And most recently, about a week or two ago, we did the Extra Life 2014 24-hour live stream. So we helped raise $6.3 million. I mean, even though we didn't get many donations, we spread awareness, and as a group, as a country, we all got together and were able to raise 6.3 millions. I think that was pretty amazing. And we have other stuff. We do a lot of stuff. Las Cruces Game Nights is very broad. It's definitely not for everyone. To be a game night, it means a lot. It means you have to be willing to help out the community. You have to be willing to volunteer, bring your stuff, come to the meetings, play with other people that you've never played before. Get out of your shell. So it does take a special kind of person or a special kind of gamer to be a game night. I mean, anyone could just show up and play games, but whenever you go the extra mile and do all the stuff that we plan to do, that's when you become a real game night. And we've had trips, like we travel. We've gone outside of the city. We've gone to the Albuquerque Comic Expo. We did a little segment for Game Nights TV for that. We also did Arizona's Konichiwa. It was an anime con. Me and five other Game Nights went, including Nico, Alan, Shawnee, and I know I'm missing some people that went with us. But anywho, yeah, they went with us. We also went to Sun City Sci-Fi. It's not too far. It's in El Paso, but we still went. We also went to WinterCon as well. We partnered up with them. They're really awesome people that I've worked with. And we've done other stuff. We've done cookouts and all kinds of other stuff. If you guys want to check out all of the list of events on our Facebook page or our pictures of everything that we've done, it's available there on facebook.com/LCGKS. That's our official. We have partnered up with so many people, with so many other groups and clubs in the community in El Paso and in Las Cruces. Like we have the Game Developers Club at NMSU. We partnered up before they closed down with Fox's Pizza Den. We partnered up with Zia Comics when we did some tournaments like Mortal Kombat and stuff at their place. We partnered up with Thursday Night Fights when they used to be going as well. Thursday Night Fights for fighting games like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter and all that when they were doing that. Recently, we have the Gentlemen Fisticuffs. They're the ones doing every Friday the same day that we do, but they also play fighting games and other stuff as well. They're pretty cool. And we also partnered up with the Lions Club of Las Cruces, which they were so kind to let us set up our new home at 1501 North Solano. That's where we're having our meetings, thanks to them. Without them, we'd probably still be looking for a venue to hang out and play games like we always do. We've also partnered up with El Paso Smash Bros. I mean, those guys are super legit. They have some of the best players. They have the Newport brothers, and they're really good, and they help us run tournaments when we do our convention and everything. We have the Anime Association at UTEP. I'm sorry, I was about to say NMSU. The Anime Association at UTEP, they've come to our events. They've exposed our events as well when they, not exposed, but they've helped us advertise them and spread the word about them. Um, and recently, there's a group that started at NMSU called the Esport Players. We met one of their players at the weeklies at Hastings that we had, and she was pretty cool. And they live stream, and they play online games like League of Legends and stuff like that. So I'm very happy to know all these different peoples and all these different clubs. And I wish sometimes that we could all just combine into one giant club. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, for all of these different people that play fighting games and online games and do tournaments every week, and all these people, for us to just come together and be one big family. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care if they wave the game nights flag or not. I would just want them all to come together in one venue, and they can keep their own name and their own club and their own website and their own thing going. I just wish we would all get together as one. And it has happened. We've partnered up individually with each one of them at least once. But I think one big thing would be cool, if we could all just set aside our differences and all that, and just get together. We also have our online web show, like Game Nights TV. We've done a couple of episodes. We need to bring that back. So hopefully this is the first kind of like revival of it. Kind of like Nintendo Direct, Game Nights news directly to you guys. Um, we do we do a lot of stuff, and we review games recently, recent games that have come out, and old school ones that we'd like to play. Um, they are available online on our website on lcgamenights.webs.com. That's our website for you to see all of our different web blogs. On the left side of the screen, you can see um, the news and the blogs and the reviews. Um, the way it works at game nights, if you're thinking about being a game night, or you already are a game night, we have our players, our members, our contributing members, and our officers. So there's 4 different ranks that you can have within our group. It's not just you're a game night and that's it. The players are the people that just show up and just show up to our meetings, and sometimes they bring a controller, sometimes they don't. They just bring a friend or themselves, and they just sit down, play games, and that's it. They go home, don't really contribute much, don't really bring anything. We don't have a problem with those. I mean, the more the merrier. We want to bring people in. If you just want to come by and play games with game nights, I mean, you don't have to be a member, you don't have to pay anything. You just show up, play games, that's it. That's what we're there for, to provide a service for people in the community to just show up and play games. So those are our players. Then we have our members who actually, show up and they want to help out, like maybe volunteer. Maybe they show up to every single meeting. They mingle with everyone. They make friends. They post stuff on Facebook about us. That they've signed up, the official membership form. That they're a game night. They represent. Those are our members. Our contributing members are members who do the exact same thing that I just mentioned, except they bring their stuff. Like they bring a TV, a system, a game, a controller, all of the above. They bring live streaming equipment. They bring ideas. They run tournaments. I mean, those are contributing members. You're contributing to the group, so that makes you a contributing member. And we have a special group called the Facebook group, where that's where we talk about who's bringing what's happening, what we're doing, what tournament we're running. That's where we talk about that. Our players and our members can check everything on our Facebook page of when the next event is and stuff like that, but they don't really talk in the group. And then we have our officers. I'm the president. We have our vice president. We have our warthog, our live stream technician, our treasurer. Like we have our official ranks for our 501c3 nonprofit. So last time, I had to cancel the meeting. If you're seeing this video, it's either already Saturday and we're about to have our Pokemon tournament, or it's Friday and I had to cancel the meeting. I had a special family situation that came up. And it's rough because we recently lost our vice president. He moved over to Arizona. His name was Richard Alvarez, and he was our vice president for about 4 years or so for game nights. So now um, we're doing our campaign where we're going to be voting for the officers. So if you're interested in being an officer, please let me know. I'll put you in the poll when we do the votes. And if you're voted as an officer, you could have a leadership position. Whenever the president is not able to be there, like today or whatever day this is, on the Friday where we had our fight night, the vice president is there to take over to be able to handle all the responsibilities. So at this time, we're going to have um, our voting and our nominations and everything happen at the end of December. So we'll be able to get that situated. So far, the nominations that we have is we have for vice president, we have Brian Lara. He is an amazing guy. I mean, he brings all his stuff. He saved our hide more than once. He was actually nominated by Richard himself, even though they weren't really good friends. Or, I mean, I'm pretty sure they were friends, just they didn't know each other that well. Richard nominated him because he saw that he had a lot of potential. I mean, he always showed up. He always brought his Wii U and his TV, and he helped us out at the convention tremendously. And he was Game Night of the Year of 2014, 2015, and he's our nomination. So that he's nominated for vice president. So if you like him, vote for him. If anyone else runs, then we might do another video. Our Warthog live stream specialist is Jeremy Ryan Sailors and Michael Lance. They've recently just shown up to every single meeting, brought the live stream equipment, done the commentary, and they bring all their stuff as well. They're contributing members, so they bring their TVs, their Wii U's, and they help make sure that Game Nights is really awesome. So they're our nomination for a Warthog. A Warthog is someone who goes around and picks up people. So Jeremy, whenever there wasn't anyone to pick up someone, he would pick up Ahmed or Michael or vice versa. And they would pick up people that needed a ride. So that's that's a Warthog. And then we have our Key Grip, which is people that help set up and take down. They're always there first, and they're always last to leave. And that's Armando Dorado. He and his friend, they always just stay behind, even though everyone leaves and packs up early. They stay behind. They make sure that everything was put away, all the trash was thrown away. All the equipment was put away, make sure that nothing was missing. I mean, they're so awesome with that. So they're our Key Grip. And then they just make game nights run a lot better. So there are nominations. They don't have those positions yet, but we're going to be voting. And if you're interested in being an officer, if you want to contribute more to be able to get into that nomination position, and then people can vote for you, and then you can let me know, what you're willing to contribute, or not just tell me. I mean, actions speak louder than words. So whenever you're at game nights and you want to show your passion and want to show that you're really serious about the organization, I mean, you'll stick out like a sore thumb. So that's when we'll nominate you. And if you don't get the position this year, maybe for next year. And everyone has the opportunity to get Game Night of the Year if you read our online blog and our online rules and regulations of game nights. It explains that if you contribute and you do your best, you have the ability to win the award of Game Night of the Year. As far as what comes with it, what's the benefit of being an officer? Not only will you get first pick, if we get sponsored, because we're getting sponsored like crazy. I mean, we just recently got GOG and Converges and all these guys right here for the tournament. We're getting GOG.com, and we have Staples and Knight's Mobile Repair, Little Caesars Pizza. So anytime that something comes up that we need, that we get something, maybe like um, the Oculus Rift, or an arcade machine, or free Xbox Live for a year, a free game, um, anything, anytime, your first pick, because you're an officer, and then it goes down to everyone. All your input matters. If we need to take a trip somewhere, or if we're going to do a certain type of tournament, you have my confidence and my trust that we're going to make it awesome. Um, so there's a lot of perks besides that, of course, but it's definitely recommended to, if you wanted to move up and become an officer, what you can get on there. Our events that are coming up, for everyone who is done hearing about game nights and what's going up. If you want to hear about what's happening or what we're going to be doing, we have our Pokemon tournament, of course, on Saturday, the 14th, which is going to start at 2 p.m. The registration starts at 1:30 p.m. So it's going to be a blast. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the hype trailer, I certainly recommend you click the link, or watch the video. It's pretty awesome. I did it myself, and it's very nostalgic. At least I think it is. I mean, if you didn't like it, everyone has haters. But anywho, um, the tournament's gonna be Smogon rules, 6 Pokemon, on our Facebook event page. If you look at it, all the rules are there. It's gonna be at 755 Avenida Mesilla at the Days Inn lobby. It starts at 2 p.m. Please don't be late, because we're gonna start without you. If you're gonna be late, let me know, and then we might postpone it if we have the time, or if we don't have that many people. We're also gonna be giving out a bunch of goodies and goodie bags and special lanyards, and we're sponsored by Knight's Mobile Repair and everything. Jose was really awesome and giving us some cool lanyards. So you will be able to get that. Next after that, after the tournament, we have Fight Night, which is going to be fighting themed meeting. So we're going to be mostly having fighting games. That's what we were supposed to have on Friday, the 13th, but I had to postpone it for family reasons. Next after that, our next charity event, besides the extra live stream that we did for 24 hours, which was pretty awesome. You guys missed out if you haven't checked out the video with our 24-hour live stream. It gets pretty crazy near the end. I mean, we played everything. We played Pokemon Stadium 2. We played Star Fox Assault, Smash, of course, Project M, all kinds of stuff. And then we're going to do our Sabres donation drive. That's where we're going to bring a bunch of stuff that you don't want anymore that's still usable, like clothing, old clothing, or like electronic equipment or housewares, like a toaster or something, just stuff that you don't want anymore, but it's still good, in good condition, good working condition. That date is to be announced, but please check on our Facebook, where we post all of our events, or on our website, mostly our Facebook. That's the one that gets updated first. And then we bring everything together, and everything is to benefit Sabres of Las Cruces. So all of those donations are going to be going in, and Sabres will be partnering up with us, and a portion of all the amount that they get will be given to us as a fundraiser. So it's going to be a donation drive to the community, and also a fundraiser for ourselves. So please be on the lookout for that. That's coming up in December. And last but not least, for all the members of Game Nights, we will have our Secret Santa. First ever Secret Santa. I've always wanted to do one, but this time we have enough people to do it. So for the Secret Santa, you need to buy a gift. It's got to be between $20 to $60, and then we're gonna put them all on a table, and they have to be wrapped so people don't know what it is. And then we're gonna do a tournament. We're gonna do a random seed and we'll do Smash, because that's our most popular one. So we'll do a Smash tournament, and then or something. I mean, I'll put up a poll, and then if it's Smash, it's probably gonna be Smash. But anywho, we'll do a game tournament, and then let's say I'm up fighting someone, right? And let's say I win the first match, then I get first pick. I pick the item. Of all the items that are in the Secret Santa, I pick the item, and then I get to keep it, but I don't unwrap it. I get to keep it. Then I move on to the next round, and then someone else grabs a better gift, and you can decide, okay, do I want to keep that gift, or do I want to exchange it? Do I keep what I have, or do I get something else? If you lose, then you're stuck with what you have. But if you are at the end, like if you're the winner of the tournament, you're gonna get to see all the prizes, and then you're gonna get to get the first pick. And then after, you're gonna get the final pick, is what I should say. And then after that, whatever you get is whatever you get. So I think it will be pretty cool. I think it will be a nice twist to a gamer Secret Santa. If everything I said doesn't make sense, I apologize. I sometimes I suck at explaining stuff, but if you come to our meeting, our fight night, I'll explain it more in person. And then if you're interested in being in part of the Secret Santa, remember the gift has to be $20 to $60, and that's on our last meeting of December. It's actually our last meeting of the year. It's the meeting before Christmas. So we're not going to meet on Christmas because it's a Friday. We would normally meet on that Friday, but since it's Christmas, we're not going to have a meeting. So that will be the final meeting of the year, and that's when we'll have our Secret Santa. And I know everybody's hyped up for Fallout 4 and everybody's playing Fallout 4, but if you can come by, play with us, participate, I think you guys will have a lot of fun. And I think I said everything I had to say. I apologize. I bring this game nights news directly to you. I know I rant on sometimes. I hope it was informative. I'm glad that you guys are here with me. I'm in no means it's been 7 years, 10 years total if you count my high school years. I'm in no means ready to give it up. I have been in the past. There's been times when I've gotten tired, but every time somebody comes to the meeting, every time somebody says, hey, I used to be antisocial, but thanks to the group, I became more outgoing. Or if you're like, I've never played this game before, but thanks to game nights, I was able to play it, and I think it was a lot of fun. Like all of that stuff, the comments, the likes, the shares, the watching of this video, everything just, it just fills me up. It's like a power up. It makes me want to keep going and blowing it up and making it even bigger. We're gonna have our game convention next year. Speaking of next year, in January we're gonna have the Halo 5 Guardians tournament. We're gonna be partnering up with Hangout Gaming, and they helped us out for the convention. They're out in Albuquerque, and we'll be setting up a Halo 5 tournament. That's in January. More information on that. And then the game convention is we're thinking of having it in March 26th and 25th, 26th of 2016. That's the Las Cruces Game Convention 2016. So hopefully everything goes good and we get that rolling. Once we get all of our vice president and secretary and assistant and all that rolling, I think that'll be it. I think we'll be ready to roll and have another amazing year at our 5th game convention. It's going to be crazy. So once again, I'm ranting. Thanks so much for listening to me. I'll see you guys next time, and take care. Game on.